What's your worst fear when you go on vacation? Well, one of mine is getting lost in a big city I've never been in. And you can get lost with a GPS. And you say, well, how can I get lost with a GPS? That's what they're for. Well, guess what? You bought that GPS a couple years ago and you didn't update it. So it doesn't know about that new off-ramp that you should have took a mile back. And you find yourself in a vicious loop for the next hour. This video is going to show you step-by-step instructions on how you can update your GPS and never get lost again in one of these. Let's get started. Okay, this video is going to be on how to update your Garmin GPS. You know, I did a video about a year ago, but the software's changed a little bit, and I thought it would be a lot clearer to follow the instructions if I updated the video. The first thing I do want to cover is make sure that your Garmin has a model that ends with either LM or LMT. What that does for you is it allows you lifetime maps for free or lifetime maps and traffic for free. If your model doesn't have this, I wouldn't even bother going to their store and buying the maps. They're very expensive, almost the same price or a little less than buying a new GPS. And I'll include links on a very affordable Garmin in the information section, and I'll also have links on how to get the software. So let's get started. The first thing we have to do is go to Google and let's do a search for Garmin Express. And make sure that you pick a Garmin site. Okay, sometimes, these videos get a little outdated and there's advertisements. And if the link doesn't end with Garmin.com, you want to stay away from it. So in this case, it just says Garmin Express, and we can click on that. And I'll have the exact link for you, this one up here in the information section of the video. So anyways, in my case, I've got a Windows PC. So I'm going to click on the download for Windows, and I'm using Google Chrome. So, as soon as this download is done on the bottom left of your screen, we're going to be able to execute it. So it is now. I can tell it's done. So I'm just going to go ahead and click right on Garmin Express. It's going to open it, and that's going to start the installation. Okay. And of course, we have to check on I have read to agree to the terms and conditions, and we're going to hit install. And if it prompts you with a window there, do you want to go ahead, just say yes. And once we get this installed, we're going to hook up our GPS and get our maps updated. This particular version that we're dealing with is the newest. It's version 7.1.4.0. I think the last time I did the video, it was version 6, so it's a little newer. Okay, so it's successfully installed. Let's click on the Launch Garmin Express button here. All right, so the first thing it wants us to do is add a device. So we're going to have to click on the plus sign here, and now it's prompting us, hey, go ahead and plug in your device. So what we have to do is we have to take our USB cable that came with it. Now, if for some reason you can't find your cable, I'm going to have a link for that too. But you can go to Amazon, and I'll give you a link for that. And it's just a mini USB cable. But let's go ahead and get back to our program. And I'm going to stick the mini USB cable into the back of the GPS. And then I'm going to plug it into the USB port of the computer we're working on. All right, so I plugged it in, and as soon as you plug it in, it's going to fire up the GPS. It might take a second, no big deal. And then Windows should detect it. Like I say, usually it takes no more than a minute. So Let's say search again, because I can tell that looking at my screen, my GPS isn't started up yet. So I'm just going to say search again. All right. We'll see what we get here. Now I can tell that Windows just found it. So there it is. Okay, yep, it's a lmt-s. So let's go ahead and let's add that device by clicking on the button. Just click next. I don't have to put my email address in there. And we're going to add a nickname. And, you know, maybe you've got a couple GPSs out there. So I'm going to, this particular GPS goes in my truck. So I'm just going to call it the truck lmt-s. All right, we can call it anything we want. It really doesn't matter. We hit next, and now it's going to check for updates. All right, so it found some updates, and it says estimated time 1 hour and 39 minutes. And you know, this is a good point to bring up. When you're going to update your GPS, you don't want to do it 10 minutes before you're leaving on a trip. You want to do it a couple days before. And I'll speed up this video. I won't make you wait 1 hour and 39. So let's just click install all right now. And of course, we have to accept the conditions and read these instructions. Do not unplug. That's, you know, it's obvious that we want to keep everything connected, and we don't want to try to use your computer while you're updating it either. So let's just say continue, and this is going to go through. And like I say, I'm going to speed the video up here, and you know, it might say 1 hour, but I'm not going to make you wait that long. And let's continue here as soon as this gets done. Okay, so it didn't take over 1 hour. In my case, looks like it probably took a total of about 12 minutes, but it really depends on your internet speed. It may take 1 hour, it may take a half an hour. So here we go. Updates complete, you're up to date. Okay, so once the updates are installed, you'll get this, you're up to date, and that's it, you're done. Now, if for some reason you went to check for updates and it didn't find any, just click that refresh button again until it finds them, and then go ahead and install them. The other thing I wanted to cover that I think is really important, and it's probably a good idea to do before you even do the update, is to back up your GPS. You know, you might have waypoints or specifications in there for the type of vehicle it shows for you going down the road that you spent time on, and you know, you don't want to. So all you have to do is open up your Garmin Express and pick all right, and that's it. Now, if for some reason your GPS got wiped out, you had to do a factory restore on it, and you're all bummed out because you lost your waypoints or any preferences you set on it, all you have to do is plug it back in and do restore backup, and it's probably going to have you browse to the backup you're going to go to. Now it shows that my backup was just done on today's date at 12:54, and you would choose it and say restore. I won't do it now, but it's that easy to restore your GPS if for some reason you had to restore it to factory specs, or they had to give you a warranty if it broke on you. You know, The other thing I wanted to mention too is let's say you watch this video and you found out, unfortunately, that your GPS didn't have an LM or an LMT at the end of the model number. Well, in the information section of the video, I've got a link for you for one that's very affordable. It's called the Garmin Drive 52, and there are also some other models in here if your pocketbook is a little bit bigger, but that Drive 52 is a good model for you, and I think it'll be a good replacement for whatever you had. The map updates definitely aren't worth it if you have to pay for them, and I think that's it. I think we've covered everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our Pompano Brownie channel. And that'll do it for this video.